Imagine if you were able to watch your great-grandparents tell stories from their lives. What made them laugh? What moved them? How they responded to adversity and triumph? And what impacted their existence? That would be a treasure. Now you can offer that gift to your loved ones. Hello, I'm Dennis Tardon. For more than 45 years, I've been a professional interviewer documenting the lives and times of hundreds of people. I will guide you or your family member through the important stories of your lives using my unique interviewing skills. I'm now offering my legacy interviews worldwide via Zoom from the comfort of you or your loved one's own home. All you need is a webcam, and I will do the rest. Contact me today to schedule your legacy interview.
Well, hey there. Welcome to episode number 10. Can't believe it's episode number 10. Boy, I got a lot of stuff going on in my head that I can spew out to you guys. So last episode we worked on Halloween cards, and I showed you how to do some things with crepe paper. And so now we're into November already. It's going to be like daylight savings time, so yuck. But anyway, so I have here some couple of cards that I've made for the fall. And this just is a regular open up on the top. The only place I can find this style card with the envelopes is at Michael's. So yeah, so I did the background paper, and then I put I keep forgetting what you call these things, but they're like foam spacers, maybe. So it gives it a little bit of dimension. The more, including the gold, seems to really make things stand out. So that's just kind of a plain one. Here's here's a different kind, and this is one that we started working on in my art buddies class. And this is an easel card. Oh. And I've been including a little piece of paper that, of course, I did on the computer that says I'm an easel card, so people know. So it looks like a regular card. Again, we've got some dimensions. This one has a bow. There's some sparkle. Oh, I always go the wrong way. There's some sparkle with the Ranger's sparkle glue, glitter glue. But then when you open this up, it can stand. So it becomes a little easel. And that's kind of what we're going to be working on. Plus a smaller card. So I was talking about going on Etsy and purchasing some digital printouts. And so I found these angels. And it's the same thing with the layers. And then the sparkles. And then it says Merry Christmas. And I'll put the I'm an easel in there and a space to write here. So yeah, that's something we're going to work on. So these digitals with the I can't find it. Anyway, sorry. I'll have to post it later. So I have here a box of pink. I've got a bunch of pink papers. And I've got the digitals. Some of them I've already put the sparkles on, and some of them I have cut out. Those two different kinds, or poses, or angels, or whatever you want to call that. But what I figured out is on my printer, when you go to print, there's a setting that you can flip it, and so I can get a mirror image. So when I cut these out, they become they can go together and become the same. So this is a little bit more elaborate than we'll get into today, but this will give you an idea of some of the things you can do. So I made this ornament by putting two together with a piece of string. And then I made a little pocket on the front that you can put things in. And I put a picture that is the same. So it, three pictures that I can just put this into, so that when you take the ornament off, you can still have a card. And a piece of white paper, just so there's an area to write on. I put a little bow down here because this one already said Merry Christmas on this pocket. I needed to decorate it. So I've got an example of this angel, and I'll show you how I did it. Here we go. So I have two. Whoops. Keep going the wrong way. And they're mirror images. You can only tell pretty much by the ball, the Christmas ball. And they're going to go together. So I'm going to get a piece of string. And you could use any thin string. If you have something pretty that's gold, that would be nice. I couldn't find any. I know I have it. Where? Don't know. I cleaned that room out. So I have also, you've seen me use this tape, and this is Susk Wang. It's from Korea, South Korea. And find the tab with my finger. Hey, my thumbnail is growing back. So happy to have it back. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this smaller than the angel itself. And I'm going to place it in the middle, and it'll go through her neck. I use 3/8 inch wide tape. You can use 1/4 inch. I think 1/2 inch would be a little big, but what you could do is have cut it into two places and just have one on the head and one on down in the body so that you bypass the neck. And okay, so use my pick. Oh, let me just press the air out.
Elaine Buser is watching. She said, "Hi, Pat."
Hey, Elaine, how are ya? It's my girl.
Is that your friend from the Art Buddies?
Yeah.
Oh, hi,
Well,
Elaine.
she's my friend from art class and art buddies and the quirks and everything.
Oh,
She's
okay.
my good friend.
She should come join you on the show. When is she going to come join you?
Elaine, you should come and show how you do your I could come to you to your studio, how you do the earrings. She does really nice earrings and jewelry. Okay, so I'm just going to lay
wow.
this down onto the sticky. Try and get my fingers off it. And I'm using my nail to just press it on. And then my glue. No, not that one. That one's giving me trouble. I got to clean the top. You all know my art glitter glue from it's www.artglitter.com. You can get it on Amazon too. It's a really, really good glue. It doesn't saturate the paper. Comes out in a very, very fine line. So it's you can go right up to the edge with it, which is kind of what I'm doing. Elaine, we're going to do these at Art Buddies tomorrow. What do you think? Okay. Just scribble some. All right, so I found that if I line up the head and the feet, then it pretty much matches everywhere else. So I'm going to start with the feet. Get those ankles as close as I can. And get the head to match. And then just press it. The sticky tape, the double-sided tape, really makes it a lot easier because it's not coming off. If you wanted to, you could put a little small bead on here. I used
Elaine said, "I think she said, think I'll be ready."
Yay! I love you, Elaine. Anyway,
Your hair looks good, Mom. It's getting long.
it is getting long, and Elaine says she likes it long, so I've been leaving it long.
I've been telling you for years I like it better long.
But I got to deal with it.
It looks
You know
way
me,
better.
I'm not
I
going to
like
deal
it, Mom.
with
It looks good.
it. All right. Well, between you and Elaine, maybe I'll keep it long. All right. So this is just it doesn't have any sparkle or anything on it yet. I'm gonna, do one side, and then I'm gonna let it dry completely and put it out of the way far away, till it dries, and then I'll flip it over and do the other side.
Oh,
So,
and I was wondering, Mom, if you have or I should call you Patty, Miss Patti Bee. If you have any there's people that really don't like the holidays, and since the holidays are upon us, I was wondering if you had any good stories to tell the audience about how you survive the holidays. What's your favorite way to survive the holidays for people that don't enjoy the holidays?
well,
I'm trying not to
um,
cough on screen, so.
like you go through now, you get what, 2 hours sleep? Because, you got to help Santa. And that takes a lot of work. So now I just enjoy sleeping. And then the kids FaceTime me, your kids, my grandkids, and I get to hang out at your house via, the internet. and I get to, partake in all
Oh,
the
yeah.
festivities. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I celebrate it now. Sometimes we get together like Christmas Eve or um, Thanksgiving. We're going to Elaine's house.
Oh,
It's
okay.
going to be really fun. Yeah. Her
Is
and Roland
Elaine
are
doing all
cooking.
the cooking, or is everybody bringing a potluck
We're going
thing?
to bring stuff, but they go out. They go overboard. They do a ham and a turkey and just all kinds of good stuff. And it's just a really fun place to go. And
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I'm not an orphan. I can go there. I don't
yeah,
like to travel during the holidays. You know that because it's the worst time of the year to travel. Thanksgiving is the busiest time of the year, and Christmas you're stuck in the airport. Because planes have to come in from most of the country. Even though I'm in Florida, they have to come in to the airports, and they don't arrive because they're stuck in someplace north or Midwest or something. So yeah, I like to FaceTime and enjoy my family
what
that
was
way.
like your work? Do you have a memory of what was your worst Thanksgiving ever?
I don't know if it was a worse Thanksgiving or not. I remember grandma, your mom, your grandma, my mom, had a turkey that was too big for the oven. Dad bought the turkey. He did that
Yeah.
with a Christmas tree too. He brought the Christmas tree that wouldn't fit in the house. Anyway, um, everything was ready. Somehow she got it in there. I don't know how she got it in there. And the turkey wasn't even nearly cooked. And that made her cry. That was one of the only times I've seen grandma cry. Um, so I remember that.
Oh,
But then when I was about 15, I think I was 15, she had the flu, and there were six of us kids. And, so everything was there. So she would tell me how to cook everything. So
uh,
I'd keep going into the bedroom and say, now what? So she wasn't getting a lot of sleep. But
uh.
I managed to make the turkey and
Well,
all the
that makes
fixing.
sense. Now I understand why she enjoyed the year that I tried to make my first turkey, and I invited her over to my little apartment I was renting.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I didn't know that you have to defrost the turkey for 3 days in the refrigerator before you cook it. So I proceeded to bake a frozen turkey, and Grandma thought that was the best thing in the world. She got a lot of pleasure out of watching me try to make that turkey, and that it was still frozen when she showed up to eat dinner. And she said, "That's okay." But she loved making
Oh,
fun of me. All the years after that, she loved telling everybody the story about how I tried to cook the frozen turkey. So
she
that makes
really
sense of why she enjoyed that.
she
My
really
mistake.
loved the grandkids. She loved you and the grandkids. Um, remember when and my brother Ed and his wife, she became a Jehovah Witness. And so they didn't celebrate Christmas. And grandma went out and she got these big stick, like, branches that look like trees. And she spray painted them white. And then she got tissue paper and all the rainbow colors, psychedelic colors and everything. And she bought all these little gifts for the kids. And she went into Laura's house with I guess she had a bucket or something to put the tree in, and she set it up and she tied all these things on it to it, and she said it's not a Christmas tree. She says it's a happy tree. I think she called it a happy tree. Well, something like that. Anyway, oh, the kids loved it, and Laura didn't say anything. But yeah,
Oh,
she
oh yeah, she
she
always had to have a tree, even for Halloween. She had a tree and an Easter tree. She always had a little miniature tree in the house somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, she used to do a lot of crafty things. I think that's, where I get it from. Um, she made your Easter coat one year, when you were little, and she was always doing that kind of stuff for the kids.
Oh,
Yeah, skip a generation, right? I always got along better with her mother than I did with her.
yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm glad that you and her got along.
Hmm.
I bet you have a lot of funny stories.
Well, that one, the story that I tried to cook the frozen turkey, she never let me live that down. She loved telling everybody how stupid I was. That I didn't, but I said it, but it's a trick because
Ah,
it's a trick because you don't, the instructions are on the inside of the turkey wrapper. So it's not until you get the turkey out and take the wrapper off and expose the bare turkey that you can actually read the instructions that it has to be defrosted.
yeah,
Somebody
I do
somebody
not think you were the only
needs to put
person that did that. I saw a video, Stan,
somebody
of
needs to put that on the outside of the packaging for Pete's sake.
that would help. That would help for sure. I saw a video where the father put a little a guinea hen, little guinea hen, and he put it in
Mm-hmm.
the turkey. He put it in the turkey, right? So when the teens were they were cutting it up, they thought it was pregnant. Well,
Oh
turkeys lay
gosh.
eggs. They don't, but they were like, "Oh my God!"
Oh
They were,
no.
how to ruin Thanksgiving,
Wow.
right? I
Wow.
tell you, Grandma made the best stuffing, though, didn't she?
Oh yeah,
I
I loved all her cooking.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Uh,
so back to the easel card. So these are they come in a package like this, minus the sparkles. Um, and they are 4.5 inches by 5 3/4 inch, or 0.75. And there's 15 in a package. And they come with the envelopes. That's always the better deal if you can get the envelopes with it. Unless you know somebody that has a Hallmark store, and then they're always giving away envelopes. But they may not be for this size. All right, so I'm going to need to fold this in half. And they call this burnishing it, so it gets a nice crisp crease. And then what I want to do is I want to find the middle so that I can score it down the middle. And that works out to oh 2 3/4. So you just measure in 2 3/4, and you get a nice crease. And then you can just fold that in, move that out of the way, burnish this down so you get a good crease. And now you've got your base, right? Okay. I'll move this angel over here out of the way. So now what I want to do is I want to find some paper that will go with my angel. And this one happens to be almost the right size. So I'm going to measure with my Fiskars cutter. You know I love my Fiskars because you can see where you're cutting exactly where it's going to go. So what I do is I always measure my cards because when I cut papers and cards, they're not always, completely accurate. Sometimes they're a little off. Mostly more with papers than with cards. But so I can see that this card, let me see how I can show you this. Oh, let's try this way. Okay, so I can see if I put this card up to where it's gonna cut, right? To the cutting line. and then measure over, I can see that it is hold on. It is 5.5 inches tall, because it's gonna, so 5.5 inches. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my paper in there, and I'm gonna place it at 5.25 inches. So I'm going back 1/4 inch, and make sure your paper is all the way to the top. Wait a minute, let me turn this a little bit. Maybe we can see better. How's that? My head's out, but you can see me. Okay, so I put it at 5.5. I move it over to the next 1/4 inch down, and I cut it. And then I do the same thing, but in the other direction. And I can see that this is 4.25 inches. So what I'm going to do is put the paper at 4.25 and move it back 1/4 inch, which puts it at 4. And it's just going to shave off a little tiny bit. And I'll move my garbage can over the other side. One of the things I like to do, is have a container that I put the scraps in, because you'll be looking for matching pieces as you work, and that just, so I could put this scrap in there till later if I need it. Now I've got my card, and I'm going to lay this.
Oh, Maddie's here. Thanks for tagging Maddie.
Say what?
I said Maddie's here. Thanks for tagging Madeline.
Ah, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Hi, Maddie. Okay, so now that gives me the border of 1/8 inch all the way around. If I wanted a 1/4 inch border all the way around, I'd go to a 1/2 inch, and that would give me 1/4. So usually I go in increments, of 1/4 inch, and that works out pretty well. Sometimes it could be a little less, a little bit more. You can eye it, and just, put a pencil mark to the size that you want it, and then cut it that way. So yeah, so that's 2 ways to do that.
Can you tell the people that are just hopping in now what you're making?
Sure. I am making an easel card. And an easel card will stand up.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I don't know if you can see that.
I didn't even know. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Oh, there's so many things you can do. It's crazy. All right. So
I wonder if Maddie ever got that card rack. You said you got that card rack on Amazon?
the what?
The card rack behind you? You said you got it on Amazon.
Oh, no. I got that years ago from Pottery Barn. Years ago. Years and years and years ago. You might be able to find it on eBay, maybe? I'm thinking I want a piece of gold around this.
Well, I know a store that has display items. When I used to sell the jewelry, I used to buy my stuff. It's an outlet kind of a store down here in San Diego. Trying to remember the name of it, but you could buy like things to display jewelry, and I'm pretty sure they would have something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
It's for people. It's for business owners, for store owners. I can't remember the.
Yeah.
Right with an F.
There's all kinds of stuff out there. That's,
Maddie
you
said
can,
you
you can go down the rabbit hole. pretty quickly with,
What about Temu? Temu has like everything.
I don't know if they'd have that.
Mm.
Okay, this is going to go this way. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is I like to build in layers, right? And it looked okay with just the pink. But I think I want a gold layer around it. So I'm going to cut my paper, the pink, another 1/4 of an inch shorter in both ways. And then I'm going to cut this gold piece at 5 1/2, 5 1/2, move it back a 1/4 of an inch because this is going to be the larger back piece. And then 4 1/4, come back to 4.
Oh yeah, Maddie said her cards don't last long enough to keep them on a rack.
Good for you, Maddie. You know,
Well, we got to tell
I
Maddie what happened. She doesn't probably even know what happened. Does she know what happened to you? You were supposed to have your big annual craft fair.
the art show. Yeah, I got COVID really bad. So I had to call in my friends. Elaine is one.
And it was your
Carol.
birthday. It was your birthday,
Um,
and you got COVID, and you missed your annual craft fair.
yeah, I did. So I didn't get to sell my cards. But all my friends and the group, you know, they pulled together and they pulled it off, and they did a really good job. Uncle Eddie just had his birthday, and he got COVID on his birthday. He is a copycat. He's always been a copycat.
It's going around here too. It's going around everywhere.
It is. It is.
Awful.
It is.
Christmas.
Yeah, I was, you know, out of
Yeah,
it
and
for a couple of.
I was sad for you too because I know you look forward to that all year, and it was your birthday, and it's like one thing to have COVID on your birthday, but then to miss your whole that's something you wait all year, work hard for all year, and you miss that too, and then the
I
news showed
know.
up. The news reporters were there and everything, taking pictures, and your friends
I know.
started in the
I had
newspaper.
one of the gals helped with the advertising this year, and she got the they call it the Daily Sun. It's the local paper for the villages, really.
Yeah.
She got them to do a lot of advertising for free. Now I moved my thing. Okay, so now we have, and you can see how just that 1/4 of an inch will give you a different, you know, a nice border, but not take over.
I'm gonna see if I can find that picture you sent me so I can show it to the audience of the news clipping.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can find it.
So now I can do one of two things. I can paste another picture on the front of this, which would make it a cute little stand-up card. And if I want to put an ornament on it, it'll match up. Here's the ornament, right? And then when you take the ornament off, you still have a card. And you know what? Maybe you'd even have someplace to store it if you're going to use it every year. So, or if I don't do this, I've cut out some ovals. And I could do that. That looks like, you know, if it wasn't going to be an easel, that would work. So I think I'm going to go with the other one. Although that's pretty. But then I have to put something in there, which I probably could do. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to put this one on.
I can't remember how you sent me that photo. Do you have a picture by chance of from the newspaper clipping? The Daily Sun, or what's it called? The Daily.
I do. This year they put a picture of Elaine.
Can you show it to us?
Oh,
Maddie said do both. I like both.
Yeah, both are that good. So I'm building this separate from the card, right? And having some layers makes it a little bit, gives it some strength. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and put it where I want it, right? And then I don't want to attach this to the whole card. So this is the top of the card. So I'm going to put a little mark on this just below the folding line. That'll tell me where to put my glue.
Now you want to see something cool here that I got? Watch this. Maddie said make another one. Okay.
I can.
Watch this. I added some new.
You got some laughter going? That's cute. That's
I got
cute.
new sound effects. Watch this.
That's fun, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have it so that it'll fold up. Because I've only put glue on this part of the fold. So that when I lift it, it'll stand up. So now I need something down here for it to bump up against and stand, right? So let's get.
I have to find some chicken noises. I'll have to find some.
Chicken noises?
Yeah, Maddie said, do I have any chicken noises? I'll have to find some.
Okay, let's see what color. I like the darker pink. So I'm going to do the same thing for the inside of this card. I'm going to measure it. It was 5.5. I'm coming back 1/4 of an inch. And then it was.
How many Christmas cards do you think you have? Do you have to sell right now?
I've got a bunch.
Because
I've got a bunch, and I'll be making.
Remember, Bob Ross wanted some. That was like last year. Do you think you have? Maybe you have enough for him now.
Well, I don't think he wants. I don't think he wants the big expensive ones, right?
I don't know. It's for the orphanage, for the orphans.
Right.
Or was that Easter he wanted?
It was Easter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was Easter. I don't know.
Well, maybe this year you'll have enough for Easter.
If I plan ahead, I will. Last year he didn't want rabbits, and I couldn't find. It was so hard to find crosses or anything Easter that kids would like.
Oh yeah.
So I got behind. Okay, so I put in a piece of paper the same size as this gold piece inside, which has a nice white border, right? And now I need to make.
So Maddie sent him 10 Christmas cards last year. Maybe that's why he wanted Easter.
Oh, Maddie, I'm going to have to talk to you about that and figure out. Okay, so figure out, how you did that and what I could do. So I went into my scrap pile, right? And I've got this white piece, it's a little bit of sparkle, and I've got this gold piece. So I'm going to make something smaller than these Bic pencils, these mechanical Bic pencils are the
Mhm.
best because they're not very dark and they
Oh
erase
yeah.
really well.
Oh
So
yeah. I
anyway,
like use those for accounting. I use
do
those
you?
for like 15 years of accounting. Yeah.
And give you such a cramp in your
I
wrist.
never used pencils that you have to sharpen in accounting.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now, and some of my best stuff came from mistakes that I've made. Um,
Oh yeah, Maddie, you missed the turkey story. She was telling a turkey story. I asked her about any how she survived the holidays. Any stories about how she survived, and she had a turkey story. You'll have to watch that back. Tell us another story. She said, "I'm done with freebies. I'm going to go to the Patty route. Patty is smart. Yeah, yeah. You have to sell them. Just try not to get
yeah,
COVID right before your big craft fair of the year."
I know, and I missed the second one. I usually do 2 a year.
It was
I think
bad. You got hit really hard. That was the first time you had COVID too, right?
yeah,
Yeah, you
yep,
got hit really hard.
I did.
And you were vaccinated.
Yep. But I think I missed the booster that I should have had.
No, I had the booster. It was horrible. Ugh.
Yeah, well, I had them, but I forget how many I had, but I think when I came to see you and I was out in Utah and all, I let it lapse, and I
Well,
shouldn't
yeah,
have.
I'm not doing any more. I'm done with the vaccinations because I might as well just be sick.
You
It's
think?
horrible. For
Oh,
me, yeah, that's a personal decision. I mean, I hated it. Was deathly for me.
well, that's too bad, honey.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
I have
just
a reaction, but not as bad. And I'll tell you what, I had a reaction to uh, the shingles shot as well.
yeah.
It's a lot like the COVID
Yeah. Frank just had
reaction.
the shingles shot, and he had the shingles and the flu shot in the same arm on the same day.
Now, you know what, I've had 2 doctors tell me that you need to wait 2 weeks between your shots
Yeah, that makes sense.
because it's just too hard on your body, and that kind of makes sense. So what I'm doing is I took a piece of cardstock out of my little stash of pieces, discards,
Hmm.
and I glued it together so it has a little bit of thickness to it, and I'm going to
Hmm.
glue it onto the back of this, right? So I made
Yeah,
this as
I
a
like that
stand.
mirror. I like that shiny stuff.
Yeah, and you can get that at Michael's. Um, I wait till they have their sales, so it's usually $5.99, and you can get it for like $3.99. And it goes a long way. So I'm just putting this on the back. That's going to give it enough. You just need enough for it to catch. I think I'm going to add another layer. You could use the foam things. I've used that on the back. This is cheaper. And if you don't have the little foam things, I'm just adding some weight to this. Okay, so now,
Oh, did I tell you that Cora Lee got an award for the fanciest pumpkin because she had to decorate a drawing of a pumpkin?
no,
Yeah,
that's my
she's got
girl.
it on the fridge.
Oh, did you tell them that they had to send me half their candy?
She put all kinds of glitter and stuff. It was such a mess. I had to vacuum everywhere.
But honey,
Oh my gosh.
uh, okay, so now I have these strips that I made for Halloween. I made Happy Halloween and I made Merry Christmas. So I'm just gonna, I went on the computer
Oh.
And I just found a font that I liked. And
Can you show us the clip from the newspaper article? Do you have it in front of you?
I don't have it in front of me, honey.
Where is it?
I would have to go into
Oh, Maddie
the
wants to
room
see the
where I keep
pumpkin.
all my
Okay.
art buddies
Let me go get
paperwork.
the pumpkin. I know you sent it to me, but I can't find it. And I went through like 3 cell phones since I think you sent it to me. So
Oh,
it might have,
well, I
if you
can,
sent it in text, I lost it. I might have lost it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I think I even have more than one copy.
Oh,
We
she wants
also
to
run,
see Curly's
we run a
pumpkin. Okay, hold
contest
on.
every,
Let me get the pumpkin.
okay,
Okay.
while you're doing that. So you see, I just put that there. So when it stands up, it'll fall down. So now what I'm going to do, I could just send this out as a card. I could, decorate this with either. So this is the sparkle, the glitter glue. And this is called glossy accents. And it's just kind of, it adds some thickness without the sparkle. It's kind of clear. And that's what this is, glossy accents. There we go. Nope. And this is fun. This is from Ranger Ink. It's a Ranger product. So by Tim Holtz stuff, you can find it. Or by the glues. Sometimes they have it there. And you can also get it online, which is, did I get this online? I don't remember. But I've gotten smaller bottles online. You don't have to get a bigger bottle. But I use a lot. So, and you would just, do this the same as you would the glue. You just pour it on. Here we go. Here's a picture of a lollipop. Got into pink for some reason. So I'm just going to, sometimes it gets stuck and I need to use my pen. And I just spread it around. It takes a little bit of practice with how much you squeeze out. So, practice on some paper beforehand. And then it'll kind of puddle. So you want to make sure that it puddles over all of the, but not too much. You don't want too much. You don't want too little. So once I get enough on there, I just move it around because paper is thin. And this is 35 or 32 pound paper. I think it's 32. You can print out on 65 pound cardstock. Okay. So, how can you see that? Can you just about see the gloss that it gives it? So now I got to put this far, far away from me to dry because you know what? I'll put something on it. Okay. So I had decided that I was going to put this ornament on this card. So what I'm going to do is find like about the middle. I'm going to hold her up there, pull my string up, and give it a little tug. And just give a little bit of a, there we go. You don't want it too big because it'll show. So there we have. We have our ornament. And we have, when you take the ornament off, you've got a card. kind of fun. I love doing this stuff.
I know. I'm trying to. Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out how to show you the pumpkin. Let's see. Let me figure this out.
Okay. So those are all the Thanksgiving ones or the fall. All right. So how are we on time, San?
We're
Can't
good. We
tell.
got 5 minutes.
No. Okay. So remember I was doing the let me put the cap on my stuff because you know what happens, it clogs and then I gotta put a pin in it. So I showed you last time how to do the streamers around the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did this one, and I think that this one is going to end up being a magnet. So measure my card, and it is 5. So put my paper in, go to 5, come back 1/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to measure it the other way, sideways, and it comes to 6.5. So I'm going to go to 6.5, 6.5 up here. You can't see this. San, where are you? You're supposed to be helping me. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so so now I have a piece with the 8-inch border. I'm just going to glue that on. But before I do,
I'm
before
here.
I
I'm
glue
trying
that
to
up,
figure the pumpkin. Hold on.
how come I got small?
You're not small. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I don't want to be small.
Oh, maybe when I was doing something.
Hmm?
I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'll show the pumpkin real quick. Maddie, are you watching? Let's see if I could do it.
Okay.
This one. Okay, here we go. Here's the. You ready for the pumpkin? It's sideways. I don't know how to turn it. Here we go. Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, she had a good time doing that.
Yeah.
I could hear herself, she does her little self-talk as she does it, and she sings as she goes along. And
Yes.
I love it. I
She
love it.
she sings.
She
She sings
sings.
all day,
Yes, she does.
nonstop.
No matter what she's doing, she sings.
Yeah,
She's
and,
so,
and
you
she
always know
hums.
where she's at. You always know
She
where she's
hums,
at.
and it almost sounds like she's in the church choir when she sings, because she sings like almost religious music.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I have this little cutout of a cat, putting it face down, and I'm just going to put 2 of these little magnets. Now you can get these magnets on eBay, not eBay, Amazon. And they're like $8.97 for 150 of them. So you get quite a few.
Wow.
And they work pretty well on the refrigerator too, like to hold up, maybe 2 to hold that up. So what I found is that you need to put more than 1 magnet so that it doesn't twist. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because if you just put 1 on, then it's gonna, it'll flop around. So I am going to put this on here.
I don't know where she got this tape from. I'm looking at the pumpkin. She's got a sticker of a dog, a lazy dog with a bone. And then she's got this tape that says that one time. And it's like all over that one time. I don't know where she got that tape. Probably from you. And she's got
Oh my goodness.
ribbons, like 12 different kinds of glitter that we vacuumed up all over the house.
What did I do with my
I should get the award for cleaning up the mess. But
yeah, well.
Anyway, that's how it goes.
So when you take these magnets off, you can't pull them up. You got to slide them sideways. Sometimes, you know, I'll be looking for it and I'll find it attached to my my scissors or something. So I'm going to just drop these.
Ooh,
so that
and,
they
okay, so now
there we go.
We have to probably go in a few minutes, but you're almost done, right?
I am almost done. I just want to show you how to do these magnets.
Okay.
Okay. So what I did was I put one magnet around here and one magnet there underneath the kitty cat, right? And I used the tape and then I glued it onto the base, to the oval. So now I've dropped 2 more magnets so that they are facing in the right direction. And what I'm going to do is take 2 more pieces of tape and I'm going to slip it underneath the magnet. So that it's facing in the right direction. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little dot of glue. Okay. So with my card in the right direction, right, I am going to center this. Press that tape down so that it sticks, right? So then when I pull this off, they're going to be stuck to they're underneath here and here, right? But they're in the right place. Because when I put this back on, it's in the right place. Now, I can take the tape off. And
so
I can
after they open the card and they're done with the card, you can turn the card into a magnet. The little piece comes off from here. Is a magnet.
Yeah, or you can, you can put it onto the refrigerator.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, you could put a piece of twine on that and make it into an ornament. So,
Love it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is put another piece of paper on the back.
Okay, yeah, so that it's more sturdy.
To give it a little bit more strength, because this is big.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of match that up as best I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah.
Cute.
So if you wanted to, you could, cut this down further, and use your pinking shears to do that. But here we go.
Adorable.
So what I think would be fun is to, put Merry Christmas underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
You could do a lot of different things underneath it. I want to show you quickly something else. I got a package of these little guys with the envelopes. They're pretty darn small. Let's say they're 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And so if you have little pictures, you can make little note cards or little gift cards. Without, too much trouble doing the same kind of thing. You can put a little bow on it. And they come with the envelopes. And the other thing
I love gift cards that you can make into ornaments.
You like the ornament idea?
Yeah, because I hate sometimes the gift cards are just so cute. You don't want to throw them away with the wrapping paper. So when they're really cute, I do hang them on my tree.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that because I just hate throwing it out when it's so cute.
Well, I was thinking of, sending the kids ones they can make. This is a different color of crepe paper. And I got a whole bunch of these guys. Different. Here's a Santa.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
So, if you go on Etsy and you just look, there's all these different shops and you just, you pick one that you like.
What's the best way to display your Christmas cards that you get in the mail from people? Like, what are the options? What's the best way to display it in the house where it looks cute and not too cluttery? Because I always have a problem with that.
Yeah. That's a tough one. There's lots of different. You can put them on a string and hang them above a doorway.
They don't sell anything at Michael's. Like, I don't know. I need something like that because I feel like they're always. I have so many Christmas decorations so that it's
Yeah.
not really good cards unless I scotch tape them to the wall or something. I don't know. Or I put them on. You can only fit so many on the fridge. They start falling off the fridge. It's just
Right.
It's hard to find a place for cards for me. And then where it doesn't just look like clutter, because I hate that cluttery look. I have enough clutter.
You could put them in a basket. You don't have to, string them all along. I've seen that. You just get a little basket and you put them all in there.
That's a good idea, I guess.
Then the kids could just look through them. Things that were made of wire that you could stick them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll think about that, honey. If I come up with any more ideas, you could Google that and see what comes up. So I just wanted to show you. Somebody gave me a lot of Christmas cards, right? And so this was on the bottom of this. And this has got a nice finish to it. You could sparkle this up. You can make this into a cup. And you could use the holy, Oh Holy Night, sparkle that up, put some other things with it, gold.
I like what Maddie does is I don't know how she does it. I forget if she showed us. Did she show us how she does it? But she does like the embossing of the letters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she does it, but it's like texturized,
Yeah.
It's like a texturized stamp or something. I don't know how she does embossing. Is that
that's what I showed was it last time or the time before? Using the heat gun. I did the die cutting machine and the heat gun. And you take the stamp and you put it into a special ink that's like a glue. And then you stamp it onto the paper. And then you pour embossing powder, which comes in all different colors, right, onto it. And then you brush off the excess. And then you take the heat gun, and the heat gun doesn't have like a lot of wind, but it's hot, and it'll actually melt the embossing powder onto the card. And that's how that's done. Another fun trick.
Yeah, I'll have to see that. I want to see that again.
So yeah, so I don't know what was with this card, but you could definitely cut out that saying,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and make more cards. I was looking at this one, which has some bunnies,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought,
That's cute.
if you just take the top without the bunnies, or you could, make the bunnies lighter. You could sparkle this up and turn it into another card. Um, Here's one from Fall. You could even just cut out the little guy. There's just lots of things you can reuse. There's a Merry Christmas up there that you could reuse. This one is really nice. And that Christmas wishes is pretty cool. And the bridge. There's another one you could just cut the tag out, back it with gold paper, silver paper. And this one, this one had Merry Christmas underneath it. So I cut that off. And I was thinking I would, fussy cut this out and then put it on a different background. And maybe add some glitter or some glossy accents to give it some dimension. Maybe stick a little bow on there. These kinds of rhinestone type things are
Nice.
always a good addition. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there so that you could look at your cards differently.
Well, I have a lot of cards for you. If you need cards, I save most of them
Do
every
you?
year from people. Mm-hmm. I have tons,
Okay.
but I save them because I'm sentimental. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
there's
really what
cards that I have from people that aren't here anymore. So I
yes.
probably would like to put them in a scrapbook if they're family members for the kids when they get older. Something like
That's a
that,
great
maybe.
idea. That's a really nice idea. You could make like a little well, if you've got a lot of cards, it would be big, but you could make like with pockets where they could go in um,
Mm-hmm.
different pages.
Well, there's
You
a
know,
there's a antique store down in Newport in Ocean Beach, and they sell vintage cards from like the 1940s, 1930s, 1950s that are used cards. People have written in them,
yes,
but they're amazing.
they are the colors that the dyes that they use, the papers that they
Yeah,
use, and
and the writing in them is sometimes there's really intimate details inside those cards from the person who wrote them, and
yes,
people
yes,
collect them. It's amazing.
yes,
It's like a whole collecting thing.
yeah. I think I have a couple in Grandpa's album that Kathy and Jerry wrote when they were little, and like you look at Coralie's
Hmm.
writing now, like
Yeah,
around
I
that
save all
age,
that stuff.
and she wrote me one word, and it took me a while to decipher it because she put other stuff at both ends, and it was I got my ears pierced, but it was
Uh,
phonetic. It was phonetic, and it was all one word, and I was like, "What the heck is she trying to tell me?" And I
okay.
finally figured it out.
She's funny.
But then
Well,
I let her surprise me. Yeah, I didn't tell her.
speaking of
So.
the kids, I have to go get ready for parent teacher meeting conferences.
Oh, I hope they appreciate my grandchildren as much as I do.
Well, Coralie did get in trouble the other day for, I guess the teacher was trying to say goodbye to her, and she was like, she said, what'd she say? She said, blah, 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 boring, and walked away.
Blah, 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 boring.
Something like that. She was
Oh,
just kind of rude.
oh, she's living on the edge.
A little rude,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, she told me she was learning about manners.
Well,
That's kind of
she
normal.
gets bored. School is boring to her. She's starting to think that school is boring unless they're doing like art or activities that are
She
fun.
she's creative. She is. She doesn't stop,
Priorities.
right? I mean, she's constantly creating.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. I don't
So
know.
the typical communication from someone to her is boring. You know, if someone's like saying goodbye, have a nice day, have a great day, you know, to her that's boring. So she's just like blah blah blah, yeah, whatever. Like she does
Yeah,
she's the what do you call that? The
learning that learning
what do
that
you
there are things that you can say to your friends that's okay, but you can't say to adults. Um,
yeah.
Especially
the
your
common
grandmother.
the common polite things to do are just not her forte right
Yeah.
now. It's just boring to her. You know,
So,
hello, good morning, Mrs. So and so. How are you today? Good evening, Mr. So and so. How was your day? Very well, thank you. Like that is totally boring to her. There's no interest of that.
well, she needs to have interest in that because, you know, if she just if she looks at the rest of the world and that's how the world operates, and also that's how your family operates, even more importantly, that's how we do it in our family. We have manners,
That's
and
right.
you know, and also
Mm-hmm.
giving her the words. And then when she gets older and she gets to be a little wise guy, then you say, would you like to rephrase that, or do we have to have a talk? Usually they don't want the talk.
Well,
They they would rephrase that, or do you get why I'm saying that's not okay? And or
yeah.
do I need to explain it more so that you're not
Mm-hmm.
yelling at them, but you're just helping them figure it out. Show them that that they can do it. You have faith in them. When I was there this summer, I
Mm-hmm.
kept saying, "I know you can do it. I believe in you." And Pearl thought that was hysterical.
Well, I better get ready.
All right, honey. Kiss the
I have to
kids.
leave
Tell
for
them I'm waiting
meetings.
for my candy.
Okay.
Unless they're going to share with their brother Nick.
Well, I've been finding wrappers everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sending them candy in the Thanksgiving box.
Please
But
don't.
no, I'm not. I'm not, because she couldn't control herself last time.
Yeah, we
And
don't
I
need
told her,
candy.
I said, if you can't stop eating the candy before supper, then mommy's going to ask me not to send you more candy.
Yeah, please don't send candy. They got enough sugar.
Yeah.
Just wait till you. They want you to come out for Christmas, but we'll figure it out. But I better go. I gotta get ready.
All right, hon. All right. Well, thanks for
Um,
joining me, everybody.
thanks everybody for
And
watching.
I don't know what we're going to do next month. We'll figure something out.
Yep. Thanks, Maddie, if you're still there. I'll send you a picture of the pumpkin if you didn't see it.
Yeah. All right, honey. Love ya.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Love you too. Have a good day. Everybody get through we're getting through the holidays, and we'll see you next first Friday of December. Will be the next show, episode number 11. And
Number 11. Wow. That
yeah, I
went
feel like
fast.
we missed a month. We missed
Time
one
goes
month.
fast when you're having fun. Yeah, we
Okay,
did miss
bye,
a month of
everybody. Yeah, I
the
don't know how we
travel.
missed a month. Oh, that's right, the summertime. Okay,
Yeah.
bye,
Yeah.
everybody. See you next
Bye.
time. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Did you know that thousands of Californians have retired in luxury on the beach in San Felipe, Baja California? Did you know that the future of green technology is happening now on the beach in Baja California? That you can own a beautiful sea view home for a fraction of what it would cost in the US? Did you know that the cost of living is 1/4 the cost of what it is here? Discover Rancho Costa Verde, an amazing cutting-edge green community on the beach at prices you haven't seen in your lifetime. Not a lease, not a timeshare, full ownership home sites with 180-degree sea views starting at only $22,500, with terms and financing that make it affordable for almost anyone. To receive additional information and learn how you can visit the property, call 1-800-211-7400. 1-800-211-7400.